Welcome back to the D Big Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew. My other host right over there.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe and drop some comments below. Let us know your thoughts.
Yo, Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark are hyped, and the Rizzler. It felt like Madison Square Garden in Kansas City over there. All the stars were out. So the Chiefs beat the Texans, and I kind of wasn't even close, to be honest. Like, yeah, Texans could have came back at the end, but it felt like they were never really in this game.
No, I mean, it really just felt like you you know when somehow like all right, at the end of the seasons in high school when they elevate the JV team and they play like a really shitty like okay, we're going to play so and so and they just get blown out, but they kind of play with them because it's not no one's really taking it seriously. That's what it felt like this game. It felt like the Chiefs were there, they were doing their thing. They let the Houston Texans go up and down the field, and then when it got to be like, whoa, this could be serious. Hey, slow your roll there, Sarah Lee. Like we got it.
Yeah, like the Chiefs never felt like they put their foot on the gas. That's what I was feeling, and the Texans immediately after the game saying like, "Well, we knew it was the refs against us." They're playing really into that the refs are bullshit narrative, which like, listen, let's face it, there was some bullshit calls by the refs for the Chiefs in this game. There was the roughing the passer, Mahomes. Mahomes is a problem from running, and there was a time where not just the time where he slowed down to try and flopped to try to get the personal foul. He ran to the sideline and then bounced back into the field of play, and he's kind of like, stuck in position behind some linemen trying to get it called. And he got the. I think that was the one where he got the call, where he goes down really last second, and they
Mm-hmm.
call roughing passer unnecessary roughness. He is really gonna ruin running for quarterbacks. Like, there's gonna be some kind of rule put in that is gonna fuck over the running quarterback in the at some point in the future, because it's getting ridiculous.
I'm gonna. Trevor Lawrence didn't deserve it. Pat Mahomes did. I think Aziz Ashaya should have saved that, kept that one in the holster for this playoff game, and should have just fucking wrecked him because it is Patrick Mahomes. And even when the Trevor Lawrence thing happened, people were like, "Thank Patrick Mahomes for that bullshit." Defenders are getting tired of this bullshit. Where am I going to go down? Am I not going to go down? Am I going to step out? I'm going to instead go 10 more yards up the sidelines. It is fucking bullshit. I think he does deserve to just get popped, just fucking laid out.
It's so NBA of like James Harden. He's gonna go up and jump back in. Trae Young's gonna jump back into you and draw the foul, and it's becoming kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, and I don't blame the Texans as far as like feeling that way after you have a couple of calls because realistically what you're just hoping for is that it continues to be on the league's radar and that the league steps in and does something about it because I mean it's frustrating. It is frustrating to watch. And I don't think necessarily the Chiefs, I keep saying it, I don't think they're a good team. Like I don't think this is this is not a Super Bowl caliber team to me. If I'm going to be completely honest, I know they're the one seed. I know they're the Kansas City Chiefs. They're coming off a back-to-back. They're looking at threepeat. I just think that they obviously it's an easy path. Texans somehow knocked off the Chargers. Now they have a walk-in to the AFC Championship, and you're going to face either a Bills or Ravens team that is just going to come off of a heavyweight boxing match. And it's
Yeah,
like, okay, what the hell?
yeah, and I don't think there's really an excuse for the Texans. Like, yeah, the refs sucked in some parts of the game, but you gave up sack after sack after sack. They Spagnuolo called up crazy blitz schemes on third downs constantly that you could not handle. The wide receivers outside of Nico Collins were terrible for the Texans. There was a lot of drops. There was that rookie falling down on a wide open out route. The Joe Mixon looked good actually early, but yeah, the defense wasn't great either for them. So I just think they hit their ceiling at this point in the season, and like probably should hit it last week. I would have loved to see the Bengals, even though like I think the argument that people were like, well, the Chiefs are lucky the Bengals weren't there. Like the Bengals
They
defense
also
was yeah,
lost to the Patriots.
The Bengals defense was Swiss cheese. Like, let's be real. Like, the Mahomes would have easily went up and down the field against that defense. But on the other side, the Bengals offense is so much better than what these Texans are rolling out. It could have been more interesting. But yeah, Texans, I think, got to be proud of the season you put together because you played in such a bad division. You got here and you won a playoff game. Congrats to D'Amico Ryan, CJ Stroud. And you won a playoff game off a kind of weird year, a down year. So
up until the very last week, it's been fucking weird. I mean, the whole Deontay Johnson thing, he signed him for the wild card week. He then is like, you know what? I don't really want to be here. I didn't get enough targets. Like, what the fuck is that? Complaining. And then, or very early on, that special teamer Chris Boyd pushes the special teams coach. Like, what is going on in Houston? It seems
that was
crazy.
That was crazy. The fact that he still played further in that game, I
Yeah.
was like, if a lot of people were saying like if you're the owner, you're the GM, you walk down there and you tell them, go hit the fucking locker room, dude, pack your shit up. Like he's just a special. I don't want to take away from special teams, but like, come on, he's not Nico Collins, he's not Joe Mixon. Like this is an expendable guy.
You don't even run the entire field anymore. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Get him the fuck out of there.
Well, can we talk about the Texans special teams in general? Because a missed field goal, a missed PAT, the kick coverage.
Yeah, the opening kickoff.
The special teams was fucking awful today. And that's really like helped cost them the game.
Would you have pushed the special teams coach?
Maybe he deserved it after the performance.
Fucking sucked.
Like, coach, why don't you call this fucking game right? maybe you go down, you fire the coach after that performance. Because special teams was terrible.
Something needs to change. I mean, realistically, yeah, what a Kyle Shanahan off the, chip off the old block. Kyle Shanahan hates special teams. D'Amico Ryans hates special teams.
I also thought it was interesting, like how Bobby Slowick kind of wrapped up this year. It's not great. I mean, it was kind of weird up and down season. And what I thought was interesting was Cliff Kingsbury interviewed for that job before they went with Bobby Slowick. And now we're seeing what Cliff Kingsbury's kind of turned into with Washington. And it kind of makes you think like, damn, D'Amico and Cliff together, kind of combination would that have been right now?
Yeah, it would have been pretty nasty, but you go with the guy that you've worked with for however many years. You understand what he can do with the offense. He's coming from Kyle Shanahan, so you kind of, it's not like this unknown guy that's coming out of nowhere, that's coaching out of nowhere state. It's a guy that coached directly under Kyle Shanahan, so it's not like it was a pretty good, in theory, it's a good call.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the Chiefs kind of offense a little bit because Pacheco had 5 carries. Like he was a non-factor in this game. It's kind of weird that he hasn't really bounced back since the injury and been really a staple in this offense. Kareem Hunt had some pop to him, and then D-Hop's nowhere to be seen. It's such like a makeshift offense because then even Juju Smith-Schuster is out there running routes for no reason. Hollywood Brown had a catch. Like Noah Gray had a couple catches, but if Travis Kelce doesn't get going, where does this offense even come from outside of Xavier Worthy?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was going to be Xavier Worthy. I mean, realistically, he had that catch pretty early on. That was awesome. And it's like, dude, and he's ended up getting 6 targets, 5 catches. But, I mean, realistically, this is the Travis Kelce show. I mean, this is the guy that Pat Mahomes has the most chemistry with, who is a championship pedigree, who knows what it takes to win, who is not only like this, kind of finesse guy that everyone thinks he is. Realistically, he is a huge dude and he will put his shoulder down and deliver a fucking hit, and he does not care. And so you got to keep feeding him. And I mean, realistically, he will find ways to get open, and Andy Reid will find ways to just kind of put the ball in his hands. I mean, look at what he was doing like in the last postseason last year where they were just doing that, real quick flick dump off pass to Kelce just to get him some touches. You know what I mean? They will find ways to get him involved in the offense, and that feeds the rest of the offense's energy.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if next round Travis Kelce does show his age, kind of like he wasn't that great this year. Like, let's be real. If
Yeah.
he kind of looks like that in the next game, and they really emphasize on shutting down Xavier Worthy, what's Mahomes gonna do then? Like, the run game's not really rolling. You're gonna have to rely on guys like Juju Smith-Schuster, DeAndre Hopkins, a bunch of other guys. Like, I'm not sure that they have the weapons this year to pull it off. Which I know we say that every year, but really this year it's looking kind of thin.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. They're gonna have a real test in the AFC Championship. I think either one of those teams has the ability to beat them. It's just how healthy are those teams going to be after facing one another in this round?
Yeah. Now that the lines are gone, do you have what's the favorite matchup you want to see in the Super Bowl?
I got nothing, dude. I mean, it has been such a crapshoot. This is it was a crazy Saturday in this divisional round.
Kind of
Realistically,
shitting on Saturday. You were kind of
I was like, yo, I'm not excited for this. It's gonna be a Lions blowout. It's going to be a Chiefs not that exciting win, which I mean, it wasn't that exciting to be like, yeah. I mean, so pat me on the back. I'm just so excited moving forward because tomorrow is some pretty good matchups, and this is shaping up for an AFC and NFC championship game that are going to be electric.
I think it's setting up for an electric Super Bowl. Like, now that the Niners have not been in it for a long time, I gave up on the Niners like mid-season, and I mentally came to a place where I was like, okay, I'm okay with like just enjoying football. So this playoffs have been great for me. I'm just
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome.
I'm just watching good games now that we're getting into these better teams. So
It's like we're Raiders fans, but we're not as big as pieces of shit.
it's like did you see the Eagles fan that was calling
Yeah, a sea unt.
Siant? It's not
Yeah.
TikTok, bro. We're not gonna get banned.
And they were like, this is not indicative of Philly fans. This is not us. And it's like, yeah, it is. What the fuck?
Did you see the twist that the guy recording it was actually a piece of shit?
No. Oh yeah, that he was he has like a podcast and he was like, send me there. I will go and I will be in the face of this. And he had like a GoFundMe.
Yeah, he had a body cam, came in hot, he was looking for that. And
Well,
benefited
well,
off
at
it.
the beginning of the video, the original video, the guy was like, you can't do that. You can't do the jerk off motion. So
So we gotta go before the play button. Like,
yeah, no, yeah, we got to see what she did. But anyways, yeah.
30 for 30. Philly fandom gone too far.
But that's Philly in a nutshell. You're gonna tell me that's not Philadelphia as hell?
Cheese heads versus the D heads.
Oh god.
All right.
You're gonna tell me that? Yeah, never mind. All right, yeah.
No.
Remember when they were talking shit directly to Joey Bosa's face? You're gonna tell me that's not the fan base that this guy belongs to?
Who was it was Byron Young was saying like it's like I hate the Philly fans. It's like, or was it Jared? It was Jared Verse. He's like, I hate the Philly fans. Like they're yelling at me because he's like, it's my first time here. It's like I don't even know you guys.
Oh god.
So that's gonna be a good showdown between the Rams and the Eagles tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Drop some comments below. We're gonna be doing this all the way through the Super Bowl and probably beyond, obviously.
See ya.
Later.